Hi. All right.
Yes. And something you said about the expansiveness of it. Like when you expand too fast, too soon, explosion. When
Yes.
you do it slowly and gradually, you're taking your comfort zone with you, you're expanding it, you're expanding yourself. Sometimes expansion and changing from what you've always known and been conditioned to is hell uncomfortable. We're here to have that space so you can be gentle with it. Well, here we are. Hi, Katya.
Hello. Hey, technology is working, and I'm like, pushing all these buttons. Hello, hello, hello.
I love it.
Amazing, amazing. I see some comments are coming out, right? So here, what do we have here? I'll just double check if there is any comments. Oh, it's probably me watching it. Ha ha ha. Well,
I'm really excited for what we have planned, and yeah, I just can't contain it anymore.
yeah, yeah, I can't contain it anymore, but I was just distracted something with the technology here. But hey, it's so excited. I know that cat was out of the bag already. So we, yeah, so here's my mystery partner, business partner for the Oracle Outreach. We've been creating this program exactly of what we are showing inside of it or this experience. It's been amazing. We're really paying attention to our energy. We actually were scheduled to do it yesterday, and both of us were kind of not in the right energy. So we were right on, and we're like, no, we're not doing it today. We are going to do it tomorrow, right? So, and that's exactly why we're so excited about it, right? So, because when you find your creative flow, when you actually will figure out that you don't need to hustle all the time, you don't need to be on 24/7. And when you're doing it with fun and play, magical things happen.
Absolutely magical things. I resisted for the longest time. I figured it was either business or play. And when I started doodling my notes instead of just writing dry notes, everything just expanded and exploded from there. I had fun with it. The idea started popping and I just got so excited. I used color. I did, I just added little doodles. There was a time where I would be like, I can only draw stick man. This doesn't look good. But as soon as I just let go of that and just allowed my pen to flow, yeah, I tapped into some magical genie bottle magic. And from there on, I was like, you know what? I want more of this. I became addicted to it in the best ways possible.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. And well, and you know my story, right? If you don't, there is a pinned post right here on my if you're looking at my Facebook person like in a profile, there is a story how I got involved with AI, and you all know I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed with it, obsessed with helping soulful creatives. But when the thought of this experience came to my mind, and we talked about it a little bit. Maybe we'll touch it because not everyone heard about it. So, Lorraine,
Well,
do you?
we're also streaming on some of my channels too, so I think
Yeah,
it's important to maybe add that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, let's do that. So, do you want to say how the crazy Katya contacted you at what time of the night and what was happening?
Well, we are in a different time zone, so it was earlier for me, thank goodness. But Katya just said, "Oh my gosh, I have this brilliant idea that we can co-create on. Are you in? Or do you want to know more? I can't know. I don't even know the." And I was just like, there was no, "Oh, tell me about it. Let's see." Instantly in my heart, I knew this was. I was excited, and I had no friggin' idea about what. So I'm like, "I'm in. Tell me about it." So we hopped on a call right then and there, and the rest is history. So embellish a bit, Katya, because it makes it more interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, I was like, yeah, give me 20 minutes, let me let Elliot out. And yes, I'm in. And what do you have in mind? I just gave literally the name, like, it wasn't even names then. Like, we came up with a name on that call, but it was an idea. Why do I want to do it? Again, one of the biggest reasons is I strongly believes that we need spaces online and in person where you accepted as you are, where you're seen for who you are, where you have actually space to show up just as real you, to show up, and if you have challenges, just talk about that and be embraced, right? So not always coached about it, because sometimes you don't need to be coached on that. And when we start coaching people on something, because as a coaches, that's what we do, and we're not allowing, people to actually come to that realization and get this self-awareness, it's not going to be received anyway. So what we do, and we have this amazing space where you can come in and just simply say, hey, all I want is just share, can you hold space for me? And we will.
Yes, it's so important to get that flow out. Often in the coaching world, that's stifled. It's like, oh, don't talk about the negative. Start switching to a positive. But like anything, you've got to get the dirt out, all the way out of the bucket before you can add the clear water, or you're just muddying everything. So to have a space where you can just vent and let it out once and for frickin' all, instead of just in little bits and pieces, and you keep some back, and then it's your story and you keep complaining and people get so sick of listening to you say the same thing over and over. Anyone feel that way? Instead, you have a safe space to let it out, and let it out once and for all, so you don't have to slurp it back in and reuse it over and over again. And we never know what that's going to look like, do we, Katya?
No, we don't. But also remember, we'll have all the tools, important tools for you on how to navigate it as well. But we want to leave it up to you in regards to, right now, I just wanted to share something, and I just want my community the safe space to hold this space for me, right? So, and of course, there will be tools, and we'll show you how not to wallow. What is a somatic way you can actually process things. But one of the important things we don't want you to feel like you can't say something, or there is something wrong with you because you're being quote unquote negative.
Yeah, there's no censorship, right?
Yeah,
There's no,
yeah,
oh, only stay positive. You need to have that space to be who you are. And the tools are actually magic wands of amazing things that you can take into your life. It's for your business and your life, and you can embody them and make them your own. But it's not until you feel that safe space where you can really let it all out. Well, Katya and I are creating that space. We've created it for us together, like just in a matter of a week. I think we
I think
brought
it's
this
less
all
than a week.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that everything that we've been doing to be in flow, we've released the stuff that's the baggage that's holding us back, or keeping things heavy and slow, to the point where we can actually give ourselves the space. Like Kathy was saying, yesterday we were supposed to do this. It was planned, and then it just didn't align right. Yeah, we could have pushed through and done it, and we would have been friggin' awesome. But we honored where we were. And I think it's even better now when we're here today talking about it from this space of spaciousness.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when people are like, I have a few questions that I want to address. So people are asking, who is this for? Like, who is this for? So one of the things I wanted to say, it is for soulful entrepreneurs and soulful creatives. It is for amazing entrepreneurs who want to bring magic into their business and quote unquote maybe hiding right now in their broom closet, spiritual closet, and afraid to be getting out and afraid for the judgment and everything else. It's for the people who want to embrace that magical, whatever word you want to use it, magical woo, spirituality, witch, whatever it is that you want to use, right? So it's for those people who really want to embrace who they are. Radical
Yeah,
self acceptance is a huge, huge portion of that. And
absolutely.
what results that we know you will get from that, and remember it's beta, but results that you expect to get from that when you show up in your true colors, so to speak, right? So pun intended, you are going to magnetize people around you. You're going to magnetize your soulful, soul led clients. And this is exactly what we want for you. So it's a 6 months, it's very expensive. And there is a different, and by the way, like on top of this, there is a description. You can click the document, no sales page, but it breaks it down by the modules. But
Mhm.
results of this program is that you are going to really show up as you fully in your business. I'll give you an example. I was talking actually to someone today earlier, and she said, and she's incredible. She has incredible psychic abilities and she's incredible business mentor and all of that stuff. And she's like, I really want to incorporate all of it because I'm finding it's like two of me. When I talk to corporations, this is like, I'm like talking like, corporate speak. When I'm talking here, I'm talking woo speak. So how can I marry it together? That's
Ah,
exactly what we want to show you how to do that. And we're doing it in a very unique way.
mhm. Yeah, and I can totally relate to that because I love the magic of Oracle and Tarot, and I've been doing it for years, and it was always separate from my business. I started to weave it in a little bit, but it wasn't until very recently, last few months, that I've said, no, this is part of my business now. And it helps me. And I want to touch on something where we say, well, you can show up authentically as yourself in a big way. Now, I work with a lot of introverts and empaths who are like, as soon as they hear that, they're like, oh my God, I want to shrink into the background now. But um, when you feel comfortable being who you are, when you have the right languaging and the wording and that marketing and are aligned with the clients you want to get, you're not really, truly, you're not standing out. You're standing in. You're standing in your truth. You're standing in flow. You're standing in your light so you can help shine the light for other people. And that is where the magic lies. And that's where Katya and I can definitely hold space. I mean, you get 2 for 1, right? We each on our own have our own abilities to help you, but together, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
We're so passionate, we didn't even look at comments. I'm so sorry. Let me see what I have here. Somebody says here, hello, Lorraine. This AI design's so cute, right? Yes,
Oh,
I
yes,
designed all of that stuff.
yes,
Look, did you see?
Katya and
Yeah,
her
give me like,
magic.
look at this. Look at Lorraine. Look how I'm going to hide. Look at her. Look how she is looking. Oh, I
I
have
need to
another
grow my
banner here.
hair out now.
I know. And Lorraine is like, I need it to be purple. Okay, I'll make it purple. Okay, so we have here, give ourselves that space. We honored where we were and we are better now. Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you. And by the way, we're doing it on StreamYard, so if you didn't give permission to StreamYard, we don't see your name. So you don't need to do it now. Just type in, like, who is speaking, because I would love to call you by name instead of Facebook user. But I appreciate was such a beautiful comment. I have another one, okay? Uh, yes, getting out of the spiritual magical woo closet was so scary. Radical self-acceptance sounds nice and feels like polishing with a cheese grater. Not easy to be this level of confident. And we actually touch on that. Lorraine, why don't you touch on it about like stretching, right? So instead of like tampering. So why don't you touch
Yeah,
on that?
well, we're always told to get out of our comfort zone. As introverts, they always, just suck it up, get out of your comfort zone. And that works for a little while, but it's not sustainable. Like you can, stand up on, and this isn't just for introverts. I know some extroverts, like if you have to be a speaker, you get nervous beforehand and stuff like that. You go out on stage, you do your thing, and then you get off stage and you're like, oh my God, I did it. That sucked. I never want to do it again, but I probably will. We can only do that up and down so much as introverts, and until our energy is freaking depleted. And then you have to hide under a rock for a week, for a month, for who knows how long, just to recuperate. So instead, to slowly, not even slowly, that's the wrong terminology, to gradually expand your comfort zone. So you're never out of it. This is how I work. I'm always in my comfort zone, no matter where I am. And I have different tools to teach you how to do that. But do you expand it to the point where you are now to where you'll be in 6 months is going to be radically different. And if you can't see that now, that's fantastic, because we're going to help you get there. You don't have to see what it looks like now, because if you look too hard into the future, often it'll be too damn scary. You're going to stay under your rock because that's where it's comfortable. So, yeah.
And I'm glad that you talk about that because it's not only this tempering, but also there is a lot of people talk about manifestation, right? So, and a lot of people talk about visioning. But there is one part of visioning not a lot of people talking. And by the way, visioning is one of the modules. We'll talk about like a first two in a minute. But there is one aspect that nobody is talking about. Just what Lorraine just said, when you have this huge, huge vision, and it's so scary that you're going to still stay small, then there is a little tweaks that you can do that will be actually teaching that you can make that vision not so scary. And that tempering, that expansion, and instead of really breaking it down, like, how people say that you make diamonds out of the rocks and stuff like that, but you can also break it, right? And that's exactly what one wants. I've been in too many, just witnessing too much stuff where people are breaking other people, and that's not what, like, yes. So, and also a lot of times a lot of messages will say, well, they don't say it, but it's, if you are not healed, if you are not really ready to hear some messages, you might impose it on yourself and really show, like, think about, oh my God, there is something wrong with me. So I have the saver, whoever it is, and he is going to fix me. I need to invest this money in him because he will fix you. Well, first of all, there's no such thing. Nobody will fix you. There is no
Nobody can fix
speaker, there is no coach, there is no teacher who can fix you. That's number one. Second of all, no, nothing is wrong with you. Let's remember, even if you're not joining, okay, it's turning into a little bit teaching here. Even if you're not joining, number one, there is nothing wrong with you. Zero, zilch, nada.
No.
Number two, your masterpiece and your work in progress at the same time. Yes, you absolutely are.
Yeah.
And that is so, and you are not broken. You are not.
You're not. And I know a lot of the marketing, the bro marketing out there is telling you, it's always, show the push the bruise, show the pain, and make people feel really bad about themselves, instead of oh, thanks, Susie. Woo. Instead of having compassion and just say, hey, you are perfect the way you are. And when you're ready to grow even more than that, there are tools, there are spaces, there are people to help you get there. There's no one box fits all, one size fits all. There's not. And you're going to take bits and pieces of everything that you learn and turn it into what works for you. So yeah, I'm done with that bro marketing BS. to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
it's more than even bro marketing. It's like, yeah, I'm done with bro marketing too. But it's even more to that. It's really, again, we're going back to that safe space. Because until you are self-aware, until you really understand it, that, there is something I want to change. It's not that I need to change or I should change. I want to change. The change doesn't come, right,
Yeah,
as easy. But
you
when
have
we can show you how to, like when we witness you, when we allow you to be who you are, that's where the magic really happens. Let's
yeah.
see what I have here. Yes, that corporate spiritual duality. Yeah, I
Hmm.
know.
Yes.
Yes, right? So, and that's exactly why we created that. So let me just see if I have any other comments here. And then, no, I don't. And please, like, just say hello and stay till the end because we're going to do card readings
Yes,
as
to pull
well.
some cards. It's too bad that the bubbles there are blocking your picture too, because Katya did an amazing job on her own persona, which is really friggin' cool.
I can hide it. Here you go. You can see
There.
me as well.
Okay.
Here you go. Yes. So, yeah. So we're having a lot of fun with that, and that's exactly what we're going to be teaching. But I want Lorraine to talk about how we're going to start it. I never seen anyone starting it in that way that we are. So I'm excited about it, but I'll let Lorraine talk about it.
Well, it's exciting because even before we get into the nitty gritty details of anything, we're starting with a soulful attunement. Okay. And to me, attunement is the right word because it's really getting into energetic alignment to tap into that inner wisdom, right? Setting the intention on what you want. And not just that, it's setting the intention of being present with yourself, setting the intention that everything is just going to be the way it's going to be. And you are in a safe and sacred space because you'll be working with us. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and all of
Need
that.
we say more?
Yeah, attunement. You're a Reiki master. If you think about that, if you're familiar with Reiki, you get attunement from your master, right? So, and that is like, we're doing the soulful attunement where you really can connect with that higher self. So you always are guided by her or him, right? So that's what is happening. So making sure that we are creating the space for you with a soulful attunement, and then you connect to your higher self who is going to guide you on this journey and this experience. And it's very, very important. And part of that as well, we are going to have self-compassion party to really truly remember who the fuck you are. Get out
Yes.
of this, spiritual closet, broom closet, whatever you want to call it. Really show up the way you are, right? So, and we are celebrating. So that's
Yeah.
what we're going to do before we even get into any kind of modules or anything like that. What do you want
Yes.
to say about the self-compassion party?
Me? Oh, well. This is something I've never done before. I've always, so I'm really excited to see how it goes because I know there's also people who have already enrolled in the program and I'm just learning about them and getting to know who they are, and I'm excited because it just feels so connected. It feels expansive in a way that everybody on their own is amazing, but together we're going to create change in the world just by our energy being together. So it's
Yeah.
it's am- it's amazing. So
And
speak to what's on the screen now here. That
yeah,
was
I
awesome.
will in a second before. Yeah, I know. Well, good. Remember, it's a beta program. If you know me a
Yes.
little bit,
I
I
looked
love
it up.
running beta, and there is a few reasons. And some people like, why? Why is the investment only 555? Is it not a lot of value in it? There is a lot of value in it. It's $555 for the whole 6 months. So if you divide it, so it's not that much, right? So again, um, it needs to be aligned and you need to be in a position to do that because yes, I totally get it. Some people might not, and I understand that, right? So, but why are we doing it as a beta? Anything that I've done very successfully, I always start as a beta. You might remember my program about 4 years ago, maybe five, that used to be called You Are Not Your Mind.
I
That was
took
a
a
beta. That was a beta with 110 people in it, right? So that was one that I've done. I've done my membership when I started. I started as a beta. So, and I'll explain to you why. Because a lot of times, as a coaches, as a creatives, we have this ideas in our head that this is what people need, and then when people join and they start asking us questions and like, oh, we never thought about that. And then they were like, wow, you can also include this and we can run it this way or we can do it this way. And then we shape it and it becomes absolutely magical because we combine each other magic in it. It's not only Lorraine and I, it's all of you as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's all of you as
and
well.
that's the thing. We don't, especially as we're working in with people's emotions that they're trying to release and focus on the vision of their business. We don't always know which way it's meant to go. So to me, you don't want structure. All right. You want a framework, you want some guidelines, but then you have to let the magic of the universe and the magic of what is meant to come to take over and create what it needs to. So if we're too structured and we feel like, oh, we're going off track because we didn't cover blah, 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 it's not doing you any service. So I love betas. I love pilots, and I have programs like that too. My Powerful Introvert program started as a pilot. And yeah, I had a framework to follow in the 7 weeks, and it doesn't look, I shouldn't say it doesn't look, it doesn't look totally different, but I've had to tweak it. Each week it was like, oh, this is what's needed. That's what's needed. It's honoring you who are in the program and not just say, oh, this is what they want. We can't read your minds yet. We're working on that skill. But
Yeah, we're trying, right? So sometimes my clients tell me like, really, you just read my mind. I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'm psychic, sometimes, yeah. So definitely intuitive. So I am developing more and more psychic abilities. I'm loving it. And that's exactly, come on in and do this journey with us. But one of the biggest thing, again, I want to come back to, what are the results of this experience? Result is that you will start magnetizing with your energy. You become really magnet and attracting those soul-led clients. And I'm not just saying it. If you watch my journey in the last 3 months, you probably witnessed it. If you're watching it right now in replay you probably witnessed it. If you watched Lorraine and how she really incorporated her amazing heart-centered collaborations, you probably witnessed that too, right? So I mean, it's not that something that we haven't done, it's just we haven't done it in this format.
or together, like,
Together, for in
yeah.
this format, together, and it's like in this kind of package. It's like a package deal, right? So let me see what I have here. Kalu says, well, hey, how are you doing? And okay, fantastic. Hi, Kalu. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, good, good, good. Okay. So again, that is just the beginning before we even get into any kind of modules. And then if you've done any kind of work with me before, we can never do it without creating visioning and creative visioning, right? So creating my coach, Becky Dixon, she said something in one of her trainings many years ago, and I picked it up and I always use it. The vision is the landscape of your life. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to, it's like a yard that you design, and it's like your life, and you're really designing that. But that's not new. A lot of people do visioning, right? So I'm not going to say it's something that I invented. Absolutely not. But how we're going to do that is going to be very unique. we are going to use Midjourney for that. And we are going to do it a very cool way is that you're going to actually see yourself in that light. So you're creating this landscape for yourself, like a beautiful garden. Okay.
Yes. So I want to explain that because the people in my world might not know what Midjourney is. So it's an AI app that helps you create visual things. Like look at the banners that Katya created of me and herself. These are done in Midjourney. The Oracle deck that I'm creating, that I'm partway through, the images are created in Midjourney. The ones that Katya is going to pull today, she created in Midjourney. Now, people might not get AI, and that's totally okay. At first, I was like, no, this is different. This is putting your own spin on things. It's tweaking. It's putting your energy into it. It's creating based on the keywords and the emotions and the energy you want. That will, the result is the images that come through. It's not just like, show me an elephant and it's going to give you something like this, right? So I just
Yeah.
need to explain that just in
Yeah.
case.
Thank you so much. And by the way, yeah. And there is some way, like it doesn't have to be Midjourney. I just find Midjourney is the best. Some people would argue with me, and I actually have one of the member in my membership, and she for a very long time she was not doing it, and then she finally did, and she's like, "Oh my God, you were right." Okay.
So you can disagree with Katya, but eventually you'll fall onto her truth.
Well, yeah, sometimes I'm not always right. Okay, so let's not put me right there. So no, 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 that's not.
Well,
So yeah,
and
so
I
so,
also want to say too, if somebody isn't aligned with doing it that way, there's other ways to do it as well. But the whole point is the soulful visioning is about you tapping into who you want to be, who is within you already. And it's not just about business. All right. None of this is just about business. As an entrepreneur, your life is your business. And the things that I've been doing in my life recently and tweaking and in my business has started to change my life as well. And it's all intertwined and it's all magic. It's amazing.
yeah, absolutely, it is magic, definitely. So that was the first one, right? So that we want to work on, and then we're going to work on finding your creative flow, and this is just so incredible because when you in a flow, and by the way, I want to again, I think I said it at the beginning, flow doesn't mean that you're moving slow all the time because for whatever reason, sometimes I talk to someone, especially corporate folks, and they will say, well, I want to hustle and all of that stuff, which is, um, that could be one of the things, but flow, I'm in a very cool flow right now, and I'm just like this. And some people will say, oh my God, you're working too much. But it doesn't feel like that, right? So, because I am in that creative flow, it did feel a little bit like that with some heavy energetics from full moon yesterday. And this is why we rescheduled, right? So, understanding in what part of flow you are. Are you in the part of the flow where you want to show up and go in? Do that. Or are you actually in a part of the flow where you need to go and ground yourself? You need to actually recharge. You need to take a quick shower, whatever is that working for you. You need to scream maybe or back to the tree. I don't know. Whatever it is that you need to do.
Well,
But that, yeah,
it's like you think of Niagara Falls. Now, no matter where you are in the world, everyone knows what Niagara Falls is. Okay, so you see the fall, the big fall, like there's lots of energy. The river prior to is a lot slower. The river after that flow is slower. So any river will have those little eddy, those little areas where it's a little slower, but the key is you're always moving. You're always moving, whether it's fast, whether it's slow, whether it feels like you're going backwards. The key is that momentum and movement is definitely going to help you stay in that creativity. And it's going to be magic the way we all collaborate in that together.
yeah, I love that. Niagara Falls is one of my favorite places in the world. I used to live about 2 hours away from that, and I used to go there all the time. It's just this
Nice.
place. I miss it. I miss it. I'm going in October, so I'm definitely going to
Mm.
stop at Niagara Falls. I already told my husband, and he's like, "Well, here is your tourist coming, right? So she needs to stop at Niagara Falls again, right? So because we've been there so many times. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, so that's all about the creative flow. We're not going to cover everything else, right? So above this video, you have the document. As we said, it's a beta. We don't have sales page yet, but it's kind of described to you what is that. We're going to talk about logistics in a moment, but let me just see the comments here. Somebody says, Midjourney AI looks beautiful. Yes, if you know
Yes.
how to use it, and if
If
you've
you
been,
know how to use
yeah,
it.
and yeah, and if you've been part of my workshops that we just wrapped up actually yesterday night, yeah, you are like amazing. Like, by the way,
Oh,
if you're watching, you what you created, mind blown.
I know.
One workshop, mind blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Lauren, do
It
you
was
want
only
to
a
talk?
was it a 2 hour workshop? Like
Yeah, it was
it
2 hour
was
workshop.
only 2 hours, and just the quality of the images that are coming through from the people who participated, it just, yeah, blows me away. Really
Yeah,
does.
yeah. So, and that's like when you know, right? So, what you're doing. But why don't we talk a little bit about logistics and get to the fun part, reading the cards? I know
Okay.
I said to everyone to
Before we
stay till
do,
the end.
I just want to ask anyone who's watching that's, part of my world, should I change my profile to that picture? Because I kind of like that. I'm just curious, just to see what it looks like. Vote now.
What do you feel
So,
like? What do you feel like doing? If you like it, just
well,
change it.
I feel like at least during us talking about this and the promotion of it, it's very interesting, and I think, yeah, I think I will, because it's
Let me
usually the
remove
same
it so
picture,
everyone
right?
can see it.
It's usually
Yeah,
the
you
same.
need to remove your glasses so everyone can see it. Right? Okay. See? Look at that. Look. I need to stand like what is And that's why I'm not taking my head off.
Ah, so logistics. Come on, Katya. Let's speak about logistics now. We
Yeah.
have what? We've got 6 months together with everybody, right?
When do we
Meeting.
start?
Pardon?
When do we start?
Oh, we start on the new moon, August 15th or 14th. It's kind of
15th. 15th.
moonish area.
Yeah.
And it's the new moon in Leo. So it's fire energy. It's time to light that fire under you that you know is within you and ignite in, all of the words. Um, and there's space. Uh, we'll meet twice a month. So there's room in between for integration, and it's just going to be in a flow that works for you.
Great.
Tell us more.
So
Tell us
yeah,
more.
absolutely. So August 15th that we're going to start. And like Lorraine already said that. And then we're going to have 6 months. There will be a lot of space. It's going to be expensive. It was done on purpose. So what you are going to have, you're going to have we're going to have 2 coaching calls, group coaching calls a month. So every other week. Yeah.
And I want to say about that too. I know some people were saying who may live over in Europe times and stuff. We're going to make sure one call will be good for North America. The other call will definitely incorporate, those other time zones that might be on the opposite side of us. So
Yeah.
but everyone can join all of them if they can stay up or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely will alternate. 100% we're going to alternate our calls, okay? And then we are there in a group. We're there to support you. We'll have a private Facebook group community. It's actually coming up. We already have 3 people who joined. And so we are, when you join, I think it's important to say as well, when you join, you get as a bonus my Oracle Cards Magic membership. So they are already inside this membership. So it's not like you join in empty space. You actually right now, they're already in my memberships. They're already doing stuff there. And we are opening group by the next week at some point, right? So that's one thing is important. There will be that safe space for you, sacred space for you to show up as you are and really lean into that, right? So that's very important. Now, six
And I
months.
want to say too, because that is an amazing bonus. It's 6 months worth of creating your own Oracle deck if you wanted to do that. That's part of that program. What we're doing, the Oracle Outreach, isn't about creating card decks. It's you becoming the Oracle. And I know I said some wisdom that came out of my head, and I'm so glad that Katya actually captured and wrote it down. I don't know if you have it handy, but I do want to say that that is an amazing bonus, because I think within the first month of using that membership, you could create your Oracle deck,
Mhm.
and it's totally doable. And you got 6 months of it. That's pretty special. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing that we need to also talk about is Lorraine is very generous. She is offering to the first 10 people, you will have one-on-one session, 30-minute session with Lorraine. Okay, so and it's called, Step into the Spotlight. So a lot of people are asking me, so what are the results of that? Results of that Lorraine is going to use her magic because she has a lot of tools, right? She is a Reiki master. She is a tapping master. I don't know if there's such a thing, but we'll call you tapping AFT master and all other kind of energy master. Okay, so, and what she's going to do, she's going to meet you where you are, and she's going to identify what is that that's stopping you right now to actually step in the spotlight. And she's going to help you to remove those things, or not only like some of them will be removed right during the session, and some of them she'll give you some kind of maintenance protocol, so to speak, where you can continue to use it so you can actually step into that spotlight. So
Yeah.
that's the 10 first ones, if you're coming in, that you can do that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's done collaboratively. It's not scary or painful.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't want to face those things, but it's very liberating. It's very
Yeah.
liberating. And I know with Katya, for the first 5 people, what's your bonus? And I think 3 of them
Yeah.
are gone. There's only 2 left. So
Two left only, yes. And my bonus is exactly what you're seeing on the screen right now. If you want me to turn you and this magical magician, right? So, or anything. So, what it is I'm offering five, and three is gone, two left only. I call them intuitive AI word portraits. And the reason I'm doing them is you will going to give me one word and your picture and nothing else. You have absolutely no other input. And I tune in intuitively to source, to the energy, and I create it based on the hits that came for me, and then I'll create the portrait for you. Okay, so that is, you're going to get at least 3 images, high resolution images. If you can even print them on canvas, whatever it is that you want, they are totally yours. So that is worth $250
and I've
each.
seen Katya did like 18 of them for 18 ladies, and they just gave their one word, and you'll see them look through Katya's timeline on Facebook. You'll see them. You'll also see the original photo that she shared, that the people share, and it's a whatever normal photo, and she's created these beautiful images. That is an amazing. And what's the value of that?
$250. So if you would
Oh,
like, and I
I
have
think
like,
you
I'm
add
working.
times two on that. That's worth at least $500. But anyways, that's my opinion. They're amazing. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, so that is the bonus that again, so those are the fast moving bonuses. And read about the rest of it also in the document. One of the another ones that I'm very excited but also scary, it's scared about, is kind of nervous about. It's me really being over watching me over the shoulder. You know that I create and I teach, not only I teach, but I also create and design and print my own Oracle cards. And for this specific deck, because this is prototype, Nature's Whispers, what I'm doing, I'm going to do Kickstarter campaign. If you don't know what Kickstarter is, it's a way that you can actually get backers, the people backing you up, and you finance your project before you order this big bulk of the cards. The reason I'm doing it, I never done it before. I took the course. I have a lot of different tools that I already been doing research, all of that stuff, but I never done it before myself, and I want to see if it's going to work specifically for Oracle cards, right? So because the stuff that I was learning, not necessarily for Oracle cards, and I want to mold it into specific Oracle cards. I'll be creating a lot of tools for that, promotional tools, and all of that you will be able to use for yourself if we determine together that it's worth doing this way. Because I'm going there and telling you all about good, bad, and ugly. So that's
Yeah,
what we're going to
literally
do.
while it's happening. I don't think anybody does that. They'll do it first and then they'll tell you what they did and what the mistakes were. Where sometimes they might polish through that. Where I think, being literally looking over Katya's shoulder as she's doing it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think we're like, well, let's see here. Pardon me. Is there anything else that I know we're so excited about it? We already been here for a long time. Want to respect your time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, it's coming up soon, and I think if you're tired of doing things the boring conventional way in your business, or you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling like you really want to bring your own magic into your business and they don't seem to align, it's time to join the Oracle Outreach, where we're going to help you step from the shadows into the light, right? And be your badass who you are. Incorporate. I mean, maybe it's not literally using those tools in your business, but at the same time, it is in some form or fashion. You're going to be in a space where you can just be the magical person that you are. And I don't know if you have that. I need a copy of what I had said about being your own oracle. Oh yeah,
Oracle Outreach. I don't have it in front of me. I should have. I
Okay.
should have. But you said something in regards to Oracle Outreach starts with reaching in, so you can actually shine your magical bright light out. Something like that. It was much more. It was much more prettier than what I said right now. I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it in the comment after.
Thank you. I'm going to copy it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
here's the beautiful thing about not doing things alone is you only have one brain and one memory. When you collaborate with somebody else, you have that extra little, they pick up, like Katya picks up on things that I just kind of gloss over. And sometimes I'll embellish on things that Katya mentions as well. And it's just synchronicity at its finest.
Yeah. So all we wanted to say, we're excited about that. If you feel that it aligns with you, we would love to have you. The last thing, I had some questions. I have people actually asking, and please send messages to me, to Lorraine, in the messenger, whatever way you want to reach us, because there were some people and they're like, well, I'm not quite ready, or like, you know what, if you're not quite ready, that's totally okay. Right? So that's okay. The last thing we want to do is force you into something. There's no pressure. You
There's
need
no
to
FOMO. You don't need to
no.
have FOMO. Just be in alignment with where you are. And I have this sneaking suspicion that this we'll be doing this again. And it won't be a beta. It will be better than a beta. It'll be better than a beta because we'll know what we're talking about, and it will probably align more then. So don't worry if you're not ready for it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that it's important that we are closing card on is it Wednesday or Tuesday, August 8th. So I mixed, I think it's Tuesday is August 8th. On 8th, we're closing the doors, whatever
Yes.
the day of the week it is. I will correct it after. Okay, so it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. And but is the reason we are doing that because we need to prepare. We're
Yeah.
giving ourselves a week, 7 days, so we can actually prepare and start rocking and rolling. So that is really important to us. So that is going to close on Wednesday, again, Wednesday, not Wednesday, Tuesday. Let me correct that.
Tuesday. Yeah. While she's correcting that, I'll just say for those of you who, you're on the fence about it, reach out to us. Let's chat it out. We're never going to sell you on anything. Let's just talk it out and see what might work for you. We are always open. This is how we roll. This is how we roll. Oh, look, magic. It's Tuesday. Tuesday, August 8th is coming up. I'd say Tuesday, we'll give you till midnight my time, which is 2 a.m. Katya's time. So
I'll be
perfect.
sleeping, but you'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So that's why, having two people is so good, right? So, yeah, so the doors close on Tuesday. Investment, because I'm having some people asking. So investment is 555. It's a one-time payment for full 6 months. And we wanted to also let you know that we do have three payments instead of one payment because we totally understand it, right? So you can pay 555 as a pay in full, or you can pay 222 times three, three times, and that's 222 is right away, and then another one in a month and another one in a month. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is another way you can do that as well. Okay, just wanted to make sure that we don't want to exclude anyone. If you really want to join us, just let us know, and yeah, just let us know. Contact us.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
So really what this is all about is it's incorporating, magic mindset business into so you are just aligned in a way that makes sense for your business and for your life. So you're set up and you feel like you can be the authentic person you can be and be in the spotlight at the same time. To me, this just resonates with all of my introverts and empaths who might still be feeling like, ooh, I don't, sometimes it feels good and sometimes it doesn't. I want to speak just very briefly, Katya, on the cycles of things. Energy is very cyclic, if I'm saying that word right. Cyclic. Whether it's moon energy, whether it's just seasonal energy, like we'll be going through some like harvest moon time. We'll be getting changing seasons into the autumn equinox, into the winter solstice. The energy is different, and how you approach your life and business change from, well, us in the northern hemisphere, we're in summer right now. It's totally different than winter energy. And to honor that part in your life and in your business is the key. And we often don't do that. We often try and freight train through everything. So this is where joining the Oracle Outreach is really going to help you be in alignment in this moment now, and this now, and this now. You get my drift.
Yeah, and I like to just what Lorraine was talking about. I just want to put it on screen here. So what we're looking at, what Lorraine was talking about, we're going to incorporate magic, whatever magic you use and again, you can pick some of ours or you can use yours. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you align with. We're going to incorporate magic. We're going to incorporate mindset. We're going to incorporate creative flow. So a lot of creativity. We're going to have a lot of fun experiments with paint and all of that kind of stuff, real paint, not just Midjourney. We are going to talk energetics, that's what Lorraine is talking about, cycles, energetic, and all of that stuff. And another thing which is very important to understand, we are including somatics. So for those of who are wondering, like it's a smart word, right? So like, fancy word. Somatic is really embodying, right? So because we create in such a expansive space and time, you have time to integrate, or other way the word embody, you can say integrate. You'll have time to integrate what you're learning. You have time to actually embody it. And we are going to give you some of the ways that you can do that. The reason it's you don't have to, but you would want to marry all of that together because that's when you're going to come up or come out and really stand in the spotlight.
Yeah. And that's where it's different for everybody, right? And people get energized in different ways. So, yes, it's a group, experience, but it's also just really trusting your own flow and what works for you.
Yeah, exactly. And we will guide you, right? So we will guide you. Two of us will guide you, and that is incredible that you have two of us for the price of one, right? So that's awesome.
I'm
Okay.
super excited just to work with you, Katya. And we've known each other for so long now and we do little things together, but this is different and I'm super, super excited to see where this flows to.
Yeah, I am, and it's one of the another thing. Like I wanted to say, a big part of the program as well is about collaboration. How do you choose your It's not just you have a lot of courses where you can learn about, document you need to bring to collaborative event. What do you need to prepare? How do you need to set up your back end and stuff like that?
Networking.
But what about energy of collaboration? You can feel right now we talking. This is not rehearsed, right? So we just go on. And what about
I
energy of
would have forgotten
collaboration?
my lines by now if it was rehearsed.
Yeah, we don't rehearse stuff. We just, we're in a flow, right? So that is why it's important. Okay. Anything else, Lorraine, before we'll start
No,
doing the
let's go for cards.
if
Let's
yeah,
do
if
it.
you are watching, just drop in the comments if you want to do the card. Make sure you put your name in if you did not give permission to the StreamYard, because this way we can see it. And just in case, I will check in the on a Facebook if I can see comments here or not.
And can you
Uh,
show them what the choices are? Maybe they just
yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
because we
Thank
have
you for
you have
reminding
two
me.
decks, I have two decks,
Yeah,
I think.
so Lorraine has Ganesha, and hopefully I spelled it correct, and the Oracle of E. Okay, so that's
So you
two
can just
of
type
Lorraine's decks.
year two, and that'll make sense. So I got to remember one is Ganesha, two is Oracle. Okay.
Okay, and I need to close it so you can see it. And I have here, I have my Oracle cards, which is not available for purchase yet. So even more exciting. So that is going to be Nature's Whispers by yours truly. So that's
Yay!
the cards, and I'll show you how the cards look if
I
you
got
haven't
to
seen them
catch
yet.
that personally. I got
All
to
of them are trying to fall on it. They excited to jump out. So those are the cards. That's the fronts of them, and this is the back. Little gold sand. Lorraine had to play
such,
with them.
I did such good energy to those cards.
Yeah.
Such good energy. Yeah.
And I just feel like, I've been working with this for about a month now. Love the energy and love how it combines with mine as well. So it's the Healing Waters. It's by Rebecca Campbell, the Healing Waters Oracle. And those are beautiful cards. I love her cards energy too. So if you
Yeah.
want a card, all you have to do is just put in the comments card and we are going to do that for you, okay?
You should almost did yours 1, 2, and mine 3, 4. So then you
Oh,
know. So
yeah,
whatever.
let's do
I'm gonna
that.
put
Let's do
3,
that.
4.
I
3
can
is
quickly, I can
Ganesh, 4
quickly
is
do that. You want to do 3-4, Lorraine?
yeah. And
Okay,
then that
I can do that.
they don't have to get complicated. And
Yeah,
even if you don't put your name, that's fine. We'll tune into the energy of what you need to hear
yeah.
the most.
Okay, so I have one or two. Just drop down one or two or 3 and 4. So again, Lorraine is reading from Ganesha and the Oracle of E, so 3 or 4, and Katya is reading from Nature's Whispers or the Healing Waters, so 1 and 2.
Why don't we start out by just pulling a card for the collective, in
Let's
especially
do
for
that.
the people who will watch as a replay. You
Mhm.
know, um, do you want to start with your amazing deck, Nature's Whispers?
I sure can. Let's do that. Again, 1, 2, or 3, 4. I'm managing here. Let me just move to you and here. What I'm doing now, I'm just pulling it from Nature's Whispers. So that's my deck. And let's see. Let's do, what do we want to ask for collective, Lorraine?
Well, I think what is the energy? What is the message we need to know going forward? And leave it open ended.
Okay, let's do that. I love that.
We're almost
Okay.
at an hour. Wow. Time flies
Mhm.
when you're having fun.
I know. We're like almost at an hour. I know. Crazy. Okay. Ooh. So I'm going to read it and then I'll let Lorraine read it as well. Okay. So what is that we need to know going
Okay.
forward? And this is for the collective. And to me, if you look in, it's a giraffe, and giraffe really represents giraffe is looking at it from a very different perspective, right? So it's like looking from the 1,000 miles up, and it's a visionary. So you as a visionary of your life, you as a visionary of your business, and step into that energy because you can run your business any way you want. You can hire yourself, you can fire yourself if you want. So step into that energy of how do you want to your business to look like, feel like for you, and stop listening to anybody else. So
I
that's
love that. That's fantastic. What's coming to me is yes, you have that higher perspective, but sometimes looking down at the ground, going, it's so far, I can't do some of these things. It's difficult. Like you think of a giraffe going to a watering hole. What's he got to do? He's got to like stretch his legs out and work his way down. And it's sometimes when we are envisioning something, we get in our own head and say, well, I can't do that. That's too far out of reach. So to me, this card is saying focus on what you can, give the universe what you can't so it can transmute it into something that will work. Yeah.
perfect. So that was card beautiful. I love that. I think it's very appropriate, right? So
It's a beautiful
step
card. Good
into
job.
your visionary, put your visionary hat on and see if what we offer in aligns with you or not. And if it is, we're welcoming you with open arms. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So, do we have anyone wanting to pull cards yet? Because if not,
I
I'll pull one.
don't, but I'm going to see the comments. There is a couple of comments. I'm not sure I missed it. That's part of technology I need to watch for. There are so many moving pieces here. Somebody said
Absolutely.
absolutely, so I'm not sure what it was about, but we agree with you absolutely, whatever it was. And somebody says if you're going out of the spiritual closet, might as well magnificent Violet Morgana, the whole profile. Well, Lorraine is not coming out of spiritual closet. She's been, both of us been out of spiritual closet for a very long time. But I love that visual. And if you join in, I have two more portraits. I can make you into magnificent Violet Morgana.
Magnificent Violet Morgana. That is magic. I love it.
I love that, right? So, yeah, thank you for that. Absolutely. But come on, we have two more spots. I can turn you into magnificent Violet Morgana, no problem. Absolutely, I can definitely have that. And let's see another comment here. Lorraine, well, look at what you are into. Love it.
Oh, I love it. Who is that? Say
I'm
hello.
not sure. I'm not sure. So,
Oh, we'll probably be able to see it in the aftermath, but
yeah.
thank you. Oh, I love it. I'm going to pull from this oracle, the Oracle of E. This is Pam Grout and Colette Baron Reed got together and collaborated. So it makes sense. Kathy and I are collaborating together. And I want to what do you want to know, Katya? These are kind of no nonsense, just BS free words on these cards.
Okay, yeah. What is the next step for someone who is on a fence right now? They kind of thinking that it looks great, it feels good, but they kind of on a fence. What would be the next step for them?
Okay. As the cards flipped over, so it's not so much the next steps, but I see it backwards, but it's musing right along. So to me, their next step is join the Oracle Outreach Program. This was perfect. You are your own muse, or better said, find your own muse that's going to give you that creative edge, that's going to give you that flow, because musing right along, really, it's talking about being in creative flow. It's card number 18. So numerologically, that's 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is nearing completion. Maybe you're at a space where you are almost there. You can almost scratch through to the other side, but there's something that's preventing you or stopping you from reaching through. You know, you don't want to quit 1 yard from the finish line and collapse, right? So we can help you get past that finish line and regain the energy so you're on to another amazing marathon in your business. What do you pick up, Katya?
What's coming for me is I love what you were saying, musing right along. What's coming for you, for me, for you, if you are on a fence specifically, you already know the answer. So if it's a yes, if it's a hell yes, I want you in. I would love to welcome you, only if it's a hell yes. If it's not, that's how I operate. If it's not hell yes, it's a no.
Yes.
So you already know that. If it's a hell yes, then take the step. If it's not a hell yes, then it's okay. You will be able to come along maybe at different point of time, maybe not right now.
Yeah, I love that, Katya. And it's like, stay, if you love this energy, stay in our universe, stay in Katya's universe, stay in my universe. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you are where you're meant to be, no matter what.
Yeah. So I think well, like we don't have anything, and I do need to jump off as well because I have another call in a few minutes here. But I just wanted to say I am so grateful. One of the things that I never done, I done a lot of collaborations, but I never done it what we're doing, like really truly collaborating on a experience together, program, whatever you want to call it. And I have to tell you, if you learn anything from here, if you join or don't join, try to do this because I feel so supportive. And when we start creating something and when we in that flow, when we stuck, so to speak, we never stuck, but when we feel
I
stuck,
think you're stuck.
two of us, right? So we're human beings, we're not stuck. Two of us would pick on each other energy, like yesterday, right? So Lorraine showed up and I showed up. And we both said, like, do we want to really pull through that? It's
Yeah.
not going to be the right energy, right? So that's okay that we can postpone it. But try to do these collaborative projects where you can support each other on a higher level. So we step out now and we actually supporting each other on a much higher level.
Yeah, I've never felt anything like this so far in partnering with people and collaborating. And I'm not saying it's better because the people I've had collaborate, like it was amazing. This is just a different level. It's something new that we're doing and it just feels right. So
To me,
we
it feels like a birth of a baby. It's like we are right now. It's like still in our bellies. Right? So, okay. That's why, we have them here. We know why now. And it's about to be born. Okay, I think we need to stop because the analogy is now coming up for me a little bit out of there. Again, just to remind you, doors are closing on Tuesday, August 8th. If you feel aligned, if you have any questions, just reach out. If you're on one of our lists, of email lists that I know mine, people already received it. I know Lorraine will be received it as well, and I will be emailing you. If you have any questions, you can also reply to the email and I'll answer that as well. We do start on August 15th. If you want to know more logistics about the times, we will create times, whoever, depending on who is in experience, will make sure that it will suit you. If it's on two different opposite sides, like Lorraine said, it will be alternating, okay? So yes, so that's about it. What else do you want to say before we kind of say goodbye?
I just want to thank you, Katya, for just being an amazing person, amazing friend, amazing coach and mentor. And I'm super honored that you thought of me when this idea perked and to be part of it and creating this magic. So thank you.
I'm grateful for you because the way that it's uncovering, unraveling, whatever the word you want to say, it's just absolutely magical. And that's exactly, I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else because that's a very special magic that we create in here. And I receive what you said wholeheartedly. And I think it's just the beginning. It's going to be amazing, amazing, right? And I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll have some ups and downs, and it's okay. We'll work through them together.
Yeah, we'll let you know about the fights we have in the background. And no, I'm just kidding. Please join us.
Well, maybe we do. We actually will do, right? So that's one of the things that we'll do. And by the way, if you're still staying, after after we kind of disappear from the screen, you're going to see a couple of video clips. If you want, we kind of created like a couple of fun video clips. It will stay there as well. You're welcome to do that. And yes,
Yeah,
that's
just
about it. Just
sees a
welcome
little bit of
in,
our.
See you on an insight. Recently, I witnessed something that was feedback was delivered during the event, and it was delivered very brutally and harshly. And I literally seen myself in the mirror when I just started as a manager. And I remember how, and now I understand it was coming from my ego, not for their own good. From my ego is, I'm giving you the truth so I can make the best out of you. But I wonder now how many of them were hurt and I never noticed when I just started as a manager. And when I heard that feedback was provided, I literally, my insights is there's so many messages that we're looking at it from perspective, people looking at it from perspective, oh my God, there is something wrong with me and it needs to be fixed. And that needs to stop.
Yes.
And that is exactly why we created the safe space.
Yes, exactly. And I work with introverted entrepreneurs, and I had to create this out of thin air because I was part of a lot of those programs, or them saying, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And some stuff just doesn't resonate with you. So when you feel like that, don't just say there's something wrong with you or you're broken.
We're also very passionate about creating the space of where you show as you are. It's not that we want everyone complain and do nothing, and that's not what we mean by that. But what we mean by that is that you show up as you are, you share your challenges, and we can help you to really transmute them and to redirect them and to reframe them with the different tools. But the most important thing is it's a space, it's a sacred space where you show up as you are, where we together in this space learn how to approach everyone with self-compassion, because we can look at it as a mirror too. So how can I meet them with a compassion?
Yeah.
You literally magnetizing those soul-led clients that you want. And if you don't believe me, just follow my timeline. I don't care what I say anymore. I don't care how I show up anymore, right? So I just go there when I hit my inspirations, those hell yes, I am in, or whatever hits me, I just show up, right? So, and that's what probably attracted you to join workshop initially. Yeah, in the best way, right? So we're not counting days. It actually feels so good. And yesterday we were playing with outline, and I want to really pay attention to what words I'm using. And that's a big part of this program as well, or experience. It's not a program, it's experience. Is we were playing, we jumped into Midjourney, we started creating images and the flowing, and we had so much laugh and fun and just really creating and being in our creative flow, right? So, and that is so important. So yes, absolutely, we'll be covering that.